Hello and welcome back to Your Cruise Your Way, the cruising part or the cruising division of Tracy Carter, Not Just Travel, your personal travel consultants. And this video, or this week, we have been to Ambience, the ambassadorship Ambience down in Tilbury to have a look round. And this is a video covering what you can find and see on the ship with the cabins towards the end of the video if you're interested in what the cabins look like. But please enjoy, and if you're looking for booking your next cruise, then please do get in touch with us here at Tracy Carter, Not Just Travel and Your Cruise Your Way. Thank you. Now what we're going to do is we'll start off in the Palladium Theater. Great little theatre. You can get on to this between deck 7 and deck 8. Obviously deck 8 leads you into the upper floor. All circular seating. Looking at previous videos they've done of the theatre, they do some really good acts here. And the great thing is, in some of the theatres I've been in, that you've got nowhere to put your drinks. So this, you've got these little tiny drinks tables where you can actually bring your beer in, bring your cocktail in, put it on the table, watch the show, rather than putting it on the floor or anything like that. Now once you leave the Palladium Theatre, you're going to head out past the doorways to the boardwalk on the left or on the right, depending on which side you leave. You'll be past the bow elevators, and then you're going to head towards Centre Court or the atrium, the main hub of the area of the ship, and we'll get to that now. So once you've left the bow of the ship and the Palladium, you're going to walk down to the central area of the ship. Most ships call them the atrium area. This one is in fact called Centre Court. So they're basing it on a Wimbledon type theme. So you've got the SW19, which is the postcode for the Wimbledon tennis arena. And as you bear around, you'll see a big sign saying Centre Court. From here, you can view down to deck 6 and deck 5. There are numerous shops left and right where you can get your Radley's handbags, your watches, your sunglasses, etc. And also on deck 7 you will have an area where you can view photos of you that have been taken around the ship. Most cruise ships will have a photographer, and Ambience is no different, so you can purchase your photos, etc. from a section over there. Now once we leave here, we're going to head further towards the rear of the ship, where we're going to come across some of the bars and lounge areas. So the first bar slash lounge that we're going to come across is the Botanical Lounge. Quite a low-key bar area. You can sit in here, read a book. They have a piano at the front you can listen to music to in the day or in the evening, but it's quite a relaxed area to be in. Best thing about being on a small new ship is you've got the CEO right in front of you welcoming the guests on his brand new cruise line. So that's something you don't see on some of the major cruise lines, is the CEO walking around welcoming guests. Now once we leave here, we're then going to go around the corner and we're going to come to a bar called Raffles, the Raffles Bar. Looking and very much a 1940s, 50s sort of style bar, but very nice, very boutique. Now once you come out of Raffles Bar, we're going to head towards the rear of the ship. Now along the ship's corridors either side, you're going to come across interactive screens where you can look at what's going on the ship, book shows, book restaurants, etc. But once we get towards the end of the ship, we're going to come across the main dining restaurant on board, Ambience, and that is the Buckingham restaurant. This is the only large restaurant on ship. There's only 1,400 passengers maximum on board, but this is where you're going to have your main seated dining during the evening for all guests. Encompasses the whole of the rear of the ship on both sides, and you can walk all the way around to your respective tables. And if you're lucky enough, or you've booked, you can sit down and eat at the chef's table with what looks to be probably 16 guests, and have a great meal at the chef's table with some absolutely stunning food. From here we're going to move up to another bar called the Purple Turtle. So this is the Purple Turtle Bar up on deck 8. This is one of the main drinking areas or bar areas on the ship. Reason being is from here you can take your drinks straight through to the Palladium Theater at the far end, and also they're going to have live music in here as well with a sunken dance floor. What can be better? So that's the Purple Turtle Bar. Up on deck 14 you're going to have the Observation Lounge, or the Observatory as they call it. This is a huge lounge slash bar, daytime observatory, so you can grab a coffee, sit at the front of the ship which overlooks the bow, and if you're up in the fjords or something like that, see the beautiful scenery that's coming towards you before you pull into port. And night time it becomes your entertainment zone, where if you like to have a dance, etc., this is where you will need to come if you want to let your hair down in the evening. But an absolutely stunning bar slash lounge that has a great atmosphere in the evening. From here we're then going to go out and we'll go along the sun deck which overlooks the Lido deck. So as you come through the double doors from the observatory or the observatory lounge, you're going to come out onto the sun deck. Now this will look down onto the Lido deck below, where you're going to have two main pools, but also on the Lido deck below you're going to have a coffee house and also one of the specialty restaurants. But also this will lead into your buffet area, which is called Borough Market, which is again at the stern of the ship. Great little place we'll go into in a second about what they've got in there, but also they'll have another specialty restaurant at the far end, right at the stern of the ship, which would be their second specialty restaurant on board the ship. So the specialty restaurant called Saffron. Now this is located within the Borough Market, right at the very stern of the ship. So you can have a great view of where you've been and the ocean below once you're having your specialty dining. So the Borough Market buffet restaurant, from walking around, the selection here is absolutely brilliant. You have oriental, you have seafood, you have British fish and chips, you have Italian soups, patisseries, desserts, ploughman salads, etc. all the way through, and they're all individual stations, so you're not queuing continually to go through the lot. You just go to an individual station, pick what you like, go back to your table, go back to another station. So an absolutely great little restaurant. Now as you leave the Borough Market buffet restaurant, you're going to be back out on to the pool deck. Now as we walk along the pool deck, we'll get further down and then we'll come across the coffee shop on the port side in the far left, but also directly ahead one of their second specialty restaurants, which is Sea and Grass. So their special, or the second speciality restaurant, is called Sea and Grass. Again, as I said, this is on the Lido deck, and it's a small little speciality restaurant, and they do a 7-course menu in here. Yes, 7 courses. There is an upcharge, and I think it's £29 per person. But yes, 7 courses, and I've put a menu up for you to have a look at. Now down on deck 2, you're going to have your gym and your spa area. So if you're after a massage, a haircut, thermal suite, etc., this is going to be down on deck 2. But also down on deck 2 you will find the card and games room, but also you have an arts and crafts room. So if you're looking to take part in a sessions with arts and crafts, card making, etc., this can also be found on deck 2.